Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm your today's host, Dr. Halima Sadia. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to the 100 Days Shrimp Farming Training Session organized by Twakkal Fish Hatchery and Farms. Before starting our today's session, we should start with the name of Allah. For this purpose, I would like to invite Mr. Muhammad Ahmad for the recitation of Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. Before we start our today's session, let's briefly recall our previous discussion, which was on the topic climate change drivers behind floods and local vulnerabilities in Pakistan. Professor Dr. Muhammad Irfan Khan explained very well that how changing climate patterns are increasing the risk of floods in Pakistan and highlighted the vulnerabilities faced by local communities. His lecture gave us vulnerable awareness and valuable awareness about wider challenges that directly affect us. Our first speaker is Mr. Ipang Haripawanto, a highly experienced tree farming training expert over 30 years of practical knowledge in hatchery and grow-out systems. He worked extensively in developing best practices for PL stocking, farm management, and grow-out and biosecurity. With his deep expertise and years of consultancy across Asia, he continued to guide farmers towards sustainable and profitable shrimp farming. I now invite Mr. Ipang Haripawanto to speak on the topic PL stocking, which is shrimp post-larva stocking. Sir, please, now it's your time to shine.
Okay, my voice is clear?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. I am very happy. I am very happy today met you again in 100 days training shrimp farming programs. Today we are going to discuss regarding the shrimp PL, shrimp post larva stocking. Hopefully, we have a nice discussion today. Hopefully, in the session of interactive, a lot of the thing to be discussed, and it is very very nice. Before I completed my presentations, previously there is some slide in the session of PL quality. Some slide need to be deeper explanation by Mrs. Tuni. Mrs. Tuni is my ex-girlfriend. Now we are joined with us. So please, moderator, invite her to complete this slide, especially regarding the certificate of analysis. Please, moderator, invite her. Hello, please invite Mrs. Turni to present his slide.
Yes, please. Now I would like to invite our speaker, Ms. Tuni Hariani, a shrimp aquaculture QA, QC, and laboratory specialist with more than 30 years of experience. She has led laboratories and quality control systems with expertise in shrimp. Please kindly, now it's over to you. Thank you. Start.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Mr. Ipong, for the time to give us a presentation about the certificate of the analysis of the PL. And it is about the quality PL assessment. Next. Okay. Why the COA for shrimp post-larvae is crucial? Certificate of analysis, or we say the COA for the post-larvae PL shrimp, serve to verify about the quality and health. And then the number 2 is ensuring the PL are free from disease. Why? Because we are doing the PL checking before stocking. We check by PCR. Three, it's provided the insurance to the buyer. And then the 4th, the biosecurity assurance. Actually, the biosecurity assurance, PL in biosecurity.
Sir, kindly, jinka mic on hai, please off your mic so that
mic
we can listen to speaker. Yes, please.
Okay, sorry. And then for the 4th is biosecurity assurance. Why? Because the PL, it should be free from the disease before we are stocking to the ponds. What is mean? This is one of the biosecurity, and it is very important. And then the 5, the performance or the prediction. When the farmer know the quality of the PL is good, so they can prediction that they will get the good production. But when they have when they got the PL quality is poor, so they will have the prediction maybe like the harvest not so good. And then the 6th is the traceability. Why traceability? The data of the COA of the PL stocking is very important to keep it and recording. Why? When we have the problem in the pond, so we can trace the data like which one, the number, and then where is the source of the hatchery, and then what is the genetic, and etc. And then the 7th about the market confidence. When the PL stocking have the COA, so it will make the confidence of the buyers for the quality of the PL. Because they have the COA that to the farmer. Next. This is the quality PL assessment that we are using in our company. This is about the scoring. When we are doing the quality PL assessment, actually we do like the examination by visual, and then we do the microscopic, and we are also doing the PCR and bacteria. So for the total length, I do the PL10, for example. The length should be more than 8 mm when we will give the high scoring like 15. And then the CV or coefficient variance for the PL9 or 10 should be less than 7, so that get the highest scoring. And then the swimming should be 100%. And then for the MGR, scoring 10 after 9%, 90%, sorry. And then for the parasite, when this is 90%, we'll got the high scoring. And then the necrosis, 90% will got high scoring, that is 10. And then the stress test salinity, also 100%. And then for the formalin, 100% to get the highest scoring. For the bacteria analysis, total Vibrio count, we will divide it by 2. The yellow colony should be less than 10,000, and then the green colony less than 1,000. And for the PCR, it is negative. As it is positive, we'll say fail. Even though the score is very highest, if the disease is positive, we say this is fail or we are rejected. So the scoring should be more than 80%. And then for the fail score, less than 80%. Next. Okay. We also observed the body color of the PL. Because some of the hatchery, they have a deformity in the PL and it will be affected to the pond. When we are harvesting the pond, so we will get highest of deformity. And the deformity, of course, it will become second grade and it will be lost for the farmer. And then we check also the hepatopancreas. Because hepatopancreas color, it's indicated of the disease also. When the hepatopancreas color like pale, so it is related to the EMS or ESPND. And then the secret of shrimp health is hepatopancreas. It could be indicated the shrimp stress, healthy, or suffering from the disease. The function of hepatopancreas are digestion and absorption, nutrient storage, metabolism, detoxification, immune response, and reproduction. A healthy hepatopancreas indicates the shrimp overall health. Next. Okay, this is for the example of the COA. This is doing internal by company, and we can see in here all the parameter like what I already mentioned above. So the score here, if you can see, 94. It's been 94 is very highest score, and it is PL quality is very good. And we can see in here the PCR is negative, and then the total Vibrio also within standard. So we accept this fry to stock in our farm. And then beside this is other COA from the external hatchery. So they are doing like the PCR, stress test salinity, and then the CV and the length. So if we can see here, they are also within standard. So we are sure when they give the COA to us, we are confident to stock the PL to the ponds. I think this one. Next. Okay, thank you very much. I think this one, Mr. Ipong, I give to your side.
Thank you very much, Ms. Turney, for your insights and guidance on PL assessment and certificate analysis. We are very thankful to you for giving our precious time. How laboratory testing and QA/QE systems can help ensure healthier and more reliable seed for shrimp farming. Thank you so much. So now, Mr. Ipong, it's your time to shine and give us your important and valuable lecture on post-larva stocking. Please, sir.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Mrs. Soni, for your deeper explanations regarding the certificate of analysis. This is the document to assess of the PL quality. Okay. Okay, now we are going to the shrimp post-larvae stocking. Shrimp aquaculture relies heavy on the quality of the post-larvae. The proper stocking of PL is a critical step to ensure high survival, growth, and profitability. The objective is to provide guidelines for the best practices in shrimp post-larvae stocking. Next. Next, please. Okay. Key factor for successful PL stocking, water quality. It has been discussed previously. The second is acclimatization, means that we need to gradual adjustment of PL from hatchery condition to the pond environment. It will be discussed today. Then stocking density also will be discussed. What is the appropriate density depend on the carrying capacity of the pond we have. The next is the PL quality. It has been discussed this previously. Okay. Next. Parameter pond ready for stocking. It is has been discussed also previously. Pond should be passed POAC 100% in survival rates. No detected any disease. Transparency is about 80 to 100 cm. Water level 100 to 120 cm. Number of PPI as required should be ready to use. Equipment pond is ready, such as safety dish, baby box, etc. PL quality pass and no disease. Okay, next. This is the flow of the post-larvae stocking. When the free delivery receive and arrive in our ponds, in our farm, should be count, the boxes should be count, make sure that the PL is same amount mentioned at the delivery order. Then check salinity, DO, NPR, and pH. Then we do a sampling. Sampling PL, it is necessary to for how is the exact amount of PLs in our farm. It should be counting. Then in the farm, we check salinity and pH. So we comparison what is the salinity in the hatchery and what is salinity in the farm, also the pH. Then we do acclimatizations. Before we do acclimatization, please it is need to be disinfect all the bags before enter to the pond using iodine 200 ppm. It is part of our biosecurity. After acclimatization, will be discussed then and do a PL stocking. The important thing is during PL stocking, we call it the survival rate of baby bug. It is, we need to, what is the survival rate during our PL stocking. Then the last, we need to check a baby box after 24, then 48 hours. Next. Okay, acclimatization. Next. Yes. Why acclimatization is important? First, post-larvae are sensitive to sudden environmental change, reduce risk of osmotic shock, improve survival rate and early growth, prevent mass mortality during stocking. Please note here as hatchery to adjust salinity maximum at 5 ppt difference between hatchery and our pond water. Next. Key parameter for acclimatization. First, temperatures. Hatchery water and pond water different should be not less than 1 degree Celsius. Gradual adjustment using floating bag or water exchange. Salinity, maximum change 2 to 3 ppt per hours. Then sudden shift cause osmotic imbalance. pH, difference between hatchery and water should be not exceed that 0.5. Adjust slowly through partial mixing. Dissolve oxygen. Ensure that dissolve oxygen more than 4 ppm during acclimatization. Aeration in tanks is recommended in case we are using a tank for acclimatization process. We will show to the audience this if you use a tank, will be show to you all this video in the end of our sessions. Previously in 2018 in Sarwawala, Muzafar Kapon, we use this tank to do acclimatization. I will explain later. Okay, next. This is a step-by-step acclimatization procedures. Observe the PL behaviors. It is visual observations. It can be the PL is active or not. It can be observed in this visual observation. Then first, do not open the bag. Just acclimate the temperatures. Let acclimate temperature. The bag close. Do not open. Then acclimate salinity and observation. Then stocking. Release the PL to the pond. Okay. When arrival from the hatchery, keep PL in plastic bag. Avoid direct sunlight during transportation. Temperature adjustment. Float in the bag in the pond water is 30 minutes until we observe that the temperature is almost same. Equalize temperature gradually. Salinity and pH adjustment. Open bag slightly and add or splash. Splash with pond water slowly. Just 10 or 20% every 10 or 15 minutes. For examples, we have 100 bags. So please execute the 10 bag first. Until this finish, then another 10. Until all the 100 bags is finished. Okay, the salinity and salinity difference should be more less than 2 ppt of salinity. Okay, next. Okay, oxygenation. It is use aerator to make the TO maintain up more than 4 ppm. Check for visual observation, check PL filming. If any weak PL, even any mortality, we can do quickly. Healthy PL should swim actively, evenly distribute. Jadi all need to be distribute in to the pond evenly. Then release into the pond. Best time is early morning or late evening when the temperature is low. It is best time to do PL stocking. Next. Okay, just to make sure that that is smooth transition for PL to adapt to pond water condition. Next. The benefit of the proper acclimatization, it will be higher PL survival rates, faster adaptation to the new pond environment, reduce early mortality losses, strong foundation for better growth and harvest. Please, acclimatization is not optional, but it is essential. Patient during acclimatization, meaning that profit at harvest. Next. Okay. Post-stocking care. Monitor the PL distribution and swimming patterns. It is a visual observation after stocking. Check mortality within 20 and 40 hours, 48 hours. It is in baby box. Maintain stable water parameters. Provide fine starter feed after 24 hours. Monitor water quality parameters such as water color, transparency, dissolved oxygens, EMPM, pH, EMPM. Next. Okay, this is baby box. We call it baby box. It is important to us to monitoring. First is in the commercial shrimp farming, baby box. Some people like baby bucket is okay with a mesh. You see mesh there. I square red square there. Used for the assessing post larvae after stocking to estimate survival rate and population numbers will help in adjusting feeding regime and feeding program and overall management. This is very important information to know what is the survival rates in our stocking. This is a crucial this time we are stocking. The method is very simple. You just prepare baby box to pieces like you see there in the picture. First, we put there 50 to 100 PLs per baby box. First baby box we observe after 24 hours. We are counting how many post larvae alive. Then the second one, another in 48 hours. So this SR, the survival rate, will be used for our feeding program later on. Okay, next. Common mistake to avoid is stocking weak or unhealthy PLs, skipping acclimatizations, overstocking beyond pond capacity, poor pond preparation, neglecting biosecurity protocols. Okay, next. Criteria for stocking density. Stocking density category, there is super intensive. It is more than 250 PLs per square. Intensive, yeah, 60 to 200 PL per meter square. Semi-intensive, 20 to 50 PLs per square. Extensive, 5 to 10 PL per square. This is density should depend on the system aeration design, some system aeration design, and pond management. Okay, next. Yeah, now calculating shrimp stocking density based on biomass per aeration capacity. Calculating stocking density based on biomass per aeration capacity is one of the most practical ways to avoid overloading shrimp pond in shrimp. So we need to stocking as per our carrying capacity we have. What is the aeration capacity? Aeration capacity is usually expressed in kilogram of shrimp biomass per horsepower of paddle wheel aerators. This is aeration capacity. The actual efficiency depend on the pond type, pond design, depth, water quality, and shrimp size. Also, as I mentioned previously, the aeration system we have. Rule in shrimp experience, the one horsepower of paddle wheel, it should be support 400 to 600 kilogram of biomass at harvest size in well managed and in intensive ponds. In super intensive, with fine management, some can be reached 700 to 800 kilogram SP. Yeah, but that is risky if water quality is not perfectly maintained or managed. Okay, next. Okay, this is guidelines. Uh, as I mentioned before, for the BMS per XP, it in the conventional intensive should be 400 to 500, and well-managed intensive, it can be increased 500 to 600 per XP. And super intensive, it's a strong, well management, good management. It's could be 700 to 800. Uh, Survivals in conservative, we are planning 95 to 75, and good performance will be 75 to 85%. Okay, next. As an example, it's very simple, easy to understood. Maximum supported biomass just aerators in XP in horsepower by biomass multiplied by biomass per XP. For example, if we have 10 XP installed, 10 horsepower paddle wheel installed, assuming 500 kg per SP capacity, so maximum biomass we got will be 10 multiplied by 500, it will be 5,000 kilogram. Okay, next. Then translate this biomass into our stocking density. If we know that the target surface in shrimp and grams, you can calculate the number of PLs to stock. Number of PL, total biomass in gram, divided by harvest weight per shrimp, then expected survival rates. According to this formula, for examples, after we calculate, we have 5 kg, 5,000 kg, it will be 5 million grams. Target harvest 20 grams per shrimp. Expected survival, let's say 80%. So stocking number should be we just put in this formula 5 million divided by 20, then 0.8 as our survival rates. So the total PL 300 well of 500 PLs. This is stocking number of in the pond. Okay. Then this is if we have pond area in hectares, it means that 10,000 squares. So stocking density it will be is about 31 PLs per square. Okay. This is the summary or formula. It is very easy. Okay. Okay. Next. It is optimizing. I just to summarize this in the area. For example, in high hectares, we have 10 SP of aerators. Biomass per SP 500. Target is 20 grams. Survival 80. So the max biomass will be 5,000. Stocking numbers will be 300 something. So stocking density is 31 PL per square. Next. This is a guideline based on the aeration capacity according to the system. If we have extensive earthen and naturals, naturals meaning natural productivity, meaning that we rely on the natural food, very minimized for the pellet. Okay, this is assuming the kilogram per SP. It is about 50 to 150. The total biomass will be 300 kilogram per hectare. Survival 50 to 70%. Total harvest it will be 20 grams. So we just need per hectare is 25 PLs. Okay. Stocking density, it is in the extensive. Then in the semi-intensive, stocking density is almost like 30 PLs per square. Intensive, we have many chemical aerated, it about 56 and more. Super intensive, we can do until mostly 250 PLs per square. Yeah, it is in Biofloc. Biofloc fine technology in intensive with block. We can stocking at this amount about 80 PLs per square. Okay, next. Okay, summary. Next. Okay. A proper post-harvest selection and stocking are the foundation of successful upstream farming. Following best practices, reduce risk, and improve productivity. Good seed, good pond and water preparation, good practice for PL stocking. All of this session of this material have been discussed. Okay, it will be hopefully with practices that we will got a good harvest. Next. Next.
Sir,
Okay.
was our last slide. I guess there's a video. You want us to play it? Thank you for the
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Please show the video. Okay.
Okay, sir. Just give us a minute.
Yeah. Yes.
Oke teman-teman,
Yes.
kembali lagi bersama saya.
Yeah,
Ini
I just this is
Kami sedang
exactly
melakukan,
what we are do in 2018 in the
penebalan
Tawakal hatchery pond in the Musafargar.
ini kita menggunakan
Why we do this acclimatization process using a tank? Because no any option, we have to receive the PL from Thailand in the 30 PPT. We cannot reduce as per our required. Our pond salinity at the time is about 7 to 9 PPT
sama.
in the Tawakal in the Musafargar pond.
Nah, ini ada
So
pompanya.
we do this tank acclimatization. It is just simple. We install a pump. You see there is water. It is from the front like a drain. It is from the pond water. We using a small pump. And then
Ini ada
we are recirculating this water to the pond until we got the salinity at 10 PPT. We reduce it 2 or 3 PPT per hours. So totally we do it is about 12 hours before stocking to the pond. Stocking just open, you see there the green one. This is the in the conicals. This is a pipe, and we open this. All the PL should be go to our pond. This is what we are exactly do in the Musafargar pond using this tank.
Ini kita pakai Benur SVP yang diproduksi di Pulau Sumbawa. Nah, ini kita memakai kepadatan sekitar 150.
It's Mr. Brother 5 Sindu join with us. I think brother
untuk awalnya kita hanya
Fahim
menyebutkan 4 pincir saja,
can
soalnya konsumsi DO tidak
explain
terlalu besar di
further
awal-awal ini.
because he is doing this acclimatizations. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was highly informative.